Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ESL One Cologne. It is the qualifiers to battle their way to the Lanxess Arena, which will be happening on the 22nd of August and the 23rd. Don't forget, you can get your tickets for that one. I am joined again by Alex, who's just obviously done that last incredible match. It was a pretty damn close one, a lot closer than a lot of people would have guesstimated.
Yeah, I got super excited on that first half. I was like, this is going to be a good one. And then Kingwin. Kingwin got T-side and did what Kingwin do on T-side,
I can tell you, Killerfish is currently 14-9 up on
49.
Flip side. That's a shock actually to me.
I want to be standing behind them. They are shouting very loudly.
Yeah, that's Killerfish we got in our eye line right now. They were sat next to Property, who are just setting up. It's going to be Dignitas Property coming up next. You can see it just up. I get it there. There it is.
Oh, I'm really bad at this.
I'm really quite bad at that as well. I was going over here. I don't know where I was off to. But yeah, this is a game that, like, if we were looking at the brackets, obviously bracket situations have changed because games have gone on longer than the others. So we've gone to Dignitas Property. What we were looking at, of course, was going to be Flipside Kingwin. We look at the brackets. I think everybody was that were probably out there looking at the maybe putting a couple of skins on it and thinking, okay, this is the way it's going to go. This is easy. GG easy. I'm going to make a lot of money. And then clearly that has not happened. Things have gone awry.
Yeah, I mean, well, you look at the first 4 games, and you think Dignitas, Property, Flipside, Kingwin. That's how you read it down, right? And already things are starting to be difficult for Flipside. I mean, they have managed to claw it back. Was it 15-10?
I want to throw it out there.
10-5.
It's not the map either. This is Mirage. This is Flipside's best map.
Yeah.
This is Flipside's best map. Killerfish, who got decimated by Penta just 2 weeks ago in the Meisterschaft, I think it was. I think it was 2 weeks or 1 week ago.
Yeah.
Very recent either way. Are absolutely doing really well. It is 14-10. Flipside are coming back into it. They are on the T side right now, so they may get themselves back into it. But let's move on to this game, Property versus Dignitas, because the map has, I believe, been picked out, which was Cobblestone. And this is a tricky one to gauge because Dignitas, we've seen them a lot. Property, as we just saw in the previous matchup that yourself, no, it's Alex and you're Alex.
That's me.
That Lauren and Jason did.
Smashed it.
That's the one I'm after. Is a very new Property, and they were amazing. Dignitas, of course, we've seen them performing so many times. They are a team that have been there or thereabouts. Their Danish rivals, TSM, have gone on to be basically the best team in the world right now. But these guys are not far behind. AZ, MSL, Cbble, Nico, and Pimp. Pimp, a big man for that team. Nico also is a man we need to look out for in this tournament because if you look back at, I think it was Gfinity was the most recent they were at, it was a bit of a lackluster performance.
Yeah, and actually when we were looking through kind of trying to identify the strengths and weaknesses of Dignitas, one of the things that was made clear was there was a ridiculous statistic surrounding Nico whereby it was something like, it was close to 98% of when Nico gets the first frag, when Nico is above 1 KDA, they win the game.
That's insane.
So when this guy frags, when he is on form, they are a super, super scary team.
Speaking of frags, that man on your screen, Kaboom, obviously we heard the interview with him earlier. Very confident performance earlier. It was against Peter. But this is a team that, as he said, has come together out of necessity, effectively, because everybody went on holiday. It is Twist, Zen, they're the original members, joined by Benji, Kaboom, and Dumas. And this team actually performed really well against Peter. Peter were not in that game. It was 12-3 first half. It was a demolition. Yeah,
and when we spoke to kind of Jason Lauren, asking them, what was it that stood out to you? What was it that was really clear to them? And they basically said, it was more of a case of just the individuals. Twist was hitting shots with the AWP, that was clear, as well as like in-game leader Kaboom making real impact himself, which is not something you so often see. You have that kind of Sean Garres effect where you see him sit lower on the scoreboard but make all the big calls. Kaboom was doing both.
It's interesting because obviously we just did the Asia qualifiers, and it's something that Sponge said in the interview is like, he ended up second in one of the games. And he said, this is something that shouldn't happen, but it's also the reason that he did like 3 hours deathmatch before going in. He says, if you look at teams like Kingwin, that have basically got a team full of amazing aimers, their in-game leader is also awesome. So once you see these teams starting to come around, you have to put yourself out there. It is, of course, Cobblestone. We did mention this map. First time we're going to see it today, and I'm actually impressed we're going to fall back to these. The Asia qualifiers, we ended up with Inferno about 5 times. It is a big Asian team, but Cobblestone, it's a map that has grown on a lot of players. We had a lot of Cobblestone matches back at Katowice. and some really impressive performances from teams.
Yeah, and it's always those ones that's really hard to cut. Like, you don't know which way you're going to call it. More often than not, recently, I've been seeing, you know, on the desk, they'll be like, okay, it's still T-sided. Devil Walk insists it's T-sided, but then we see these ridiculous, you know, 10-plus CT sides. So,
and Dignitas are a CT side. You know, that is one of their strengths coming into this game. And I'm always interested to see who's going to pick after the knife round, which side they're going to pick, what are they most confident with. Pimp on your screen could be a big player in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Pimp is one of those. He's shown that he does have kind of a tendency to tilt quite easily. Some say he's a very emotional player. But then again, the discussion around that is kind of changing because this is a man who's matured, you know? He's not the same Pimp that we saw, or Pip, as he's been naming himself recently, as we saw. Maybe he's kind of like, I'm not a Pimp anymore.
And Nico on your screen there, who's giving a high five too. Not more of a low five, though, actually, really.
Technically.
Is obviously going to be the AWPer coming into this one. Cobblestone, big map for an AWPer, looking towards him for long A, see how he's going to perform. Or will he take it over to B site, which we have seen down over the shed?
Yeah, it's true. It's going to be interesting to see their positioning. The discussion surrounding property, which I'm sure you had a chat with Kaboom about, was, you know, this roster and sticking with that roster. If you're a little new to property, a little kind of explanation surrounding that, they were kind of with a different roster. We saw it was like Pauf, Devil Walk, and Schneider were all present in that roster. Then, though, they managed to basically get through the qualifiers to where they are right now to get those bums in the seats here. And they decided to stick with that roster, a decision which so far has worked well for them.
Yeah, he said it himself. It was because Schneider, I think it was, or Pauf.
Okay.
One of them was going on holiday, basically.
And he's here, though.
So Devil Walk and Pauf decided to go on holiday at the same time, which was all during the qualification period. So they went, okay, we're going to have to use this team. And then it just all fell in place. And then he says they weren't kicked from the team. There was no point where they kicked from the team, but then they felt they were out of the team because somebody else played in their place.
Gosh.
Sounds like a whole messy situation, but these things happen.
Esports politics.
Esports politics indeed. But Property actually turned up and delivered already in this tournament. Question is, can they do it against Dignitas? Because this is basically all Scandic matchup now. And without being too rude to Pitta, Dignitas are a much better team.
Yeah, oh, for certain. I think we're going to see a different property as well. I don't think, you know, that cash game was necessarily tail of the form that they're currently in. I think there's a lot more up for property than they let kind of show. Their route, though, through to this position, they did play the qualifiers. As we said, they managed to pick up wins up against LGB, which is, of course, noteworthy. Took it up in 2-1, winning over on Inferno and Mirage. So they had to work a little harder than some, beating teams like Alet, Overdriven and Onage, who don't quite ring as many bells as LGB. But I think it very well may be game time here, as it's going to be Property versus Dignitas. We're in the winners bracket so far. It's time to see if these guys can do it again. The map is Cobble, it's a best of 1, and we're into our knife round.
So let's see how this works out. Of course, and more importantly, which way they're going to pick this one. I will keep you updated on the other matchup because that is teetering on a knife edge. It is 12-15. Killerfish still in the lead. Okay, so it's going to be an easy knife for Property in the end. Question is, will they go CT? Will they switch it up? I'm going to keep my eye. And you can see they're having a discussion about it. This is not an easy choice. They normally just go switch. They're going to be on CT, I think. I think they're going to stick.
Yeah, and they actually, they have to kind of remember that the men standing up in front of us now are a real beast when it comes to pistol rounds. In fact, they have a crazy statistic. They have the second highest overall pistol success rate in CS. So, these are real demons. And there's some maps that they actually have a 100% win rate on. I think it's Overpass. They have a 100% win rate in pistol rounds.
That's crazy. Although, in fairness, I don't believe they've played too many Overpass matches. They
Damn,
didn't play it.
You caught me.
I only know this because I was due to cast them back in May, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it was due to be their first ever Overpass game. It was like, how is this possible in 2015?
I think it's 3 or 4 games they've played, but I was like, 100% sounds incredible. I'm taking that. So yeah.
You can stick with it. I mean, it's still what, 6 to 8 rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's incredible. Well, anyway, that's Overpass. It's on Cobblestone, so it's not such a big deal. It is going to be Property starting out on the CT side. Dignitas will be on the T side. Pistol round about to get underway. Meanwhile, the other match still yet to conclude. It is a nail-biter Flipside Killerfish. That's 13-15 right now. Looking to be 14-15, so that could be going to overtime. I'll keep my eye on it. That's on my other screen. I'll keep you guys updated as this match gets underway.
Yeah, and get underway it will then. On the left-hand side of your screens, we have Property. On the right, Dignitas starting on that T side. And it looks like they're going to be going for a 3-2 split bomb in the hands of Cajun V. I just called him KGB. That's what we've discussed. We weren't going to be calling him. Damn you, Cbble. Either way, looks like we're going to see Dumas with one before he just get pressured through. And Dignitas, they've just swarmed on towards this A site. And the three CTs are reeling, trying to find some sort of ground to stand on.
Can they keep that record alive? Pimp with a great little head onto Kaboom there. But Zen does equalize things. Twist with a good shot from underpass there. Now it's down to a 2-on-2. Bomb plant in. It's the one man to the side. MSL that could be the big part in this. It is Cbble on site. MSL has to land that shot, gives his position away, but it gives them cause for 4. Cbble getting taken down by Zen with a great headshot, his second of the game already. And now MSL, he's going to be able to just distract him here while he goes for the defuse. He knows it. He's going to come around, he gets the defuser. Has he got time?
He has a kit.
He has a kit. And Property, well, Dignitas stats blown out of the water as they lose the pistol to Property.
Well, yeah, lose the pistol to Zend and Twist, both of them picking up 2 frags after the bomb went down. I loved that strategy, just swarming through drop room, jumping out through the back end and managing to wrap around with this kind of 3-2 presence on towards the A site. Caught the CTs by surprise, but not enough. And the buy is an interesting one. We have a Scout, a P90, 2 rifles, and an MP7 for the CT side. Kind of makes sense, especially as we are here on Cbble. Early Molotov from Twist trying to keep that drop room safe and sound, and it does look like the T side are presenting themselves for an A push.
Kaboom in a great position along with Zen. This should just mow them down. But he only got 1 as he passed on through. I don't know how they managed to miss so many. There we go. There's Kaboom. That's the spray down that I was expecting. And it was quick and easy for Property. Simple 2-0. Now, let's see how this is going to go on. Oof, I believe Killerfish just won. I want to check that out. I'm pretty certain they did.
I think they did.
I think they did. Killerfish just beat Flipside 16-14. What in the hell just happened on Mirage there? The German team turning up. That's going to put Flipside down to face Penta and Killerfish to face Kingwin in the winner bracket. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be experiencing similar stuff here on Cbble. Dignitas and Property battling to stay in the winner's side of the bracket. Kaboom does get caught out by MSL. Very nice connection there from the youngster. Looks like Twist is going to try and catch one out, but MSL finds a second. This is bad. Things starting to go south as Dignitas have tried to catch them out with this 3rd round buy, and catch them out they will. Not enough, as Dumas does steal $600 from Cbble. I hate his name, KJ. He's got KJB now. That's what he's going to become. Nice, though, from Zenda onto MSL. Returning the favour, exactly. And keeping it level to 3 apiece. But this surprise from Dignitas has been relatively successful. They caught them out with still Scouts and SMGs. But the round isn't over just yet, and it does look like the bomb is starting to orientate itself towards B.
Oh, Hazy with a great little spray down there. Nico's going to find one as well. This could be the first round for Dignitas. Just Dumas. And I think he's going to run away and try and save this one. He's only got 19 health. Bomb plant goes in. Be crazy to try and go looking for the kills. Instead, just wants to kind of catch some of the exits. So Dignitas do manage to get their first rifle round. Is this a sign of things to come? Property kind of cut down quite easily as they moved into B-site there.
Well, you say easily. MSL just was hitting shots he shouldn't. That was what it was. And one of them completely through smoke. So real solid stuff from the Dignitas side, and managed to catch Property in that 3rd. So economy going to be a little shaky for the CTs in this next one. But then again, Dumas is going to make it difficult for Dignitas as he takes 1 extra for the punch. He might actually be able to find another one off the back of that flash. I think he decided rather have the rifle. And that is a pretty wise maneuver, as you can see, that the CTs going to be sitting. And I can't actually get rid of the map, so I can't tell you what they're sitting on.
You're just going to have to click the mouse. There we go. Oh.
Nope, okay. Right, anyway.
It's just getting in your face.
Technical problems aside, let's see what they do present. And actually, hell, they're going for it. We do see the Max 7 present. He's going to probably just sit around drop room with that very kind of painful weapon to hold in drop. It can go really right, or it can go really wrong if you get overwhelmed by numbers.
There's no smoke on B. Twist are going to creep in towards him. Looks like MSL and Pimp about to burst out, but he's lined up for it. He will manage to land the opener and the second.
Jesus.
Alex got so excited he threw his papers across the desk. Doesn't matter. MSL gets out alive, but that is about with the skin of his teeth, because Twist just wrecked them. That's why they didn't put the smoke down.
They had so little utility. There was like, I think, a smoke, 1 nade and a defuse kit, and that was all safe in the round prior, but they're still making it work. Twist just invest into that AWP. And we're going to be seeing now 3 Dignitas, made 2 by Benji, that could be really solid as Dumas does go down. It's only all onto Nico. He's not long for this world either, though. 29 points of health and 2 players to find him. It's an AWP and a Mag 7, quite polar opposites in range. And he's going to go on a bomb retrieval mission.
He's going for B. He's going to run for B. He's got 35... Oh, I was going to say 35 seconds. I'm not sure he's got time to make the route, and I think he realised it. Now, if he can catch... I think it's Twist that's just ahead of him, but he manages to find Zend, and now it's just Twist alone. Unfortunately, he's still at the right-hand side. He's not really grasped the position that he's in. Twist going to line it up, misses the shot. He's going to jump across, and Nico lands the headshot and manages to pull a huge rounder. We questioned whether he was going to turn up for this, and by God, has he.
That was incredible. They just presented him with a 1v3, and he just slowly but surely whittled away at his opponents. And I mean, we saw them force it before. Just a couple of P250s and a 5-7 then for the CT side in this one. Twist starting so well as well, and Dignitas just managed to fight through. I shouldn't say Dignitas, I should say Nico managing to secure that one.
And from a 1v3, when Twist got that double right at the start as well, the position that round was in, they were in a 5-on-3. They should not be losing rounds like that. They're going to kick themselves as MSL bursts his way through, manages to find a second with Cbbe's help. And now with that nade going out the side there, they are just bursting onto B site. And this is very easy. Now, Dignitas going to take the lead for the first time. Nico's just hanging back. He's in a perfect position to catch this rotate. Except he missed it. Well, you know what? He just landed some great shots a moment ago, so he's allowed and gets himself an easy double spray down at the end.
Whew. So, sigh of relief, and the credit where it is due is to MSL. I mean, yes, they only had pistols that round, but they don't need to only have pistols. He's been getting openers on towards that B site time after time after time. So, rifles and no head armor across the board for Property then, as they go into this one. MSL sticking with his Galil has been working for him, and he's going to try and continue to do just that. Something different this time thrown out by Dignitas. They're going to try and seize control of Long, and Dumas hasn't really gone for the early aggression on Long, something that we sometimes see.
Are they going to be sold on this fake?
I think Benji's real crucial to this one. If he kind of gets the intel through mid, he's not actually playing it aggressively enough.
Well, MSL's not really making noise over there either, so this is just basically giving nothing to Property. They've got no information other than just sitting in the smoke. Dumas could be pivotal. If he can land the first head, which is entirely possible, you can see the crosshair placement is in perfect position. If he gets that first one, he does. Gotta be lucky, because they didn't come bursting round, but Nico gets the quick kill, and now Benji's gonna get in position.
Yeah, and they didn't swing around fast. Talk about that in a second, though. Benji, he's gonna get Kobe'd by AZ as it lands in his top pocket, and that's gonna be then a 3 versus 3. AZ is gonna be pumping in the digits any second now, and MSL's presence in drop room is gonna be eliminated. Nice shot from Kaboom. So, numbers do favor the CTs as they start to forge a retake. And Cbble and AZ are in opposite sides of the map, and this could actually work in their favor. Then again, Zen takes down AZ, and it's all onto Cbble. Trying to climb this mountain. He's going to start with a fluffed line. That's not solid, and it's going to be Twist who finds it as the defuse comes in from Zen. A crucial round, and you know, Dignitas, they test the water on Long, and it's a little too hot.
Yeah, Cbble had the right intentions, but he was just about 2 seconds too late on that rotate. Went around the back. If he had, he would have caught the backside of Zend as he came through. Then he would have caught Kaboom. He was taking the shots at, and it could have been a great defense. But as it was, he left AZ all alone in a horrible 1v3 situation. So all square once again, and this tit for tat back and forth rounds is not doing anyone any good for their economy. Dignitas can afford to buy back up on this one. But which way are they going to push it? It's a 4-stack at B side. Property completely expecting a fast B side push here from Dignitas, but it's not the case. It's a 3-2 split instead.
Yeah, and MSL for the first time this game isn't going to go aggressive. Not going to go for that early control that he was been so desperate for earlier on. This time, they're taking a slower pace. They've kind of managed to instill some sort of fear into the CTs. I say that. Look at Kaboom. He's managed to get boosted up or push himself up through the smoke on towards platform, and he's going to be lying in wait.
Such a horrible position that on platform, because it's one of those positions you'll get the information, but you're almost certainly guaranteed to die. It's like
it depends on you. It does depend on your nades. It does, yeah. If you can flash or smoke your way out, even an aggressive molly to force those T's out.
Did Pimp just get a glimpse of him? I think he did.
That's the aggressive molly. That's what he was looking for, and doesn't actually manage to do much more, as it enables him to just kind of continue to hold that angle and slow down Dignitas. Talking of slow, time is going to become a bit of a factor here. 39 seconds left, and MSL has managed to progress into drop room, but he's going to get caught out from Zend here. That is solid. Does Zend anticipate a second? I'm not too sure, as AZ does take him down.
Manages to get control of the drop rune. Now puts Kaboom in a awkward situation. Pim trying to come through. The spray down almost gets him. It's a triple pop flash. 22 seconds. They have to push on this one. Dumas realizes it. The whole of Property moving in onto a site here. Dumas in a great position. 15 seconds on the clock. He gets the bomb carrier down. 12 seconds. They have to get the plant. And Nico all alone on platform will get gunned down with ease on Property. Take it to 4-3. Dignitas running the clock down a little too tight, and that was just great control by Property.
Yeah, they just made it awkward for themselves. By delaying that push, of course, that is in part because of the CT's utility, because of the Molotovs, because of their positioning. You know, having that CT presence on platform did slow them down. And, I mean, not having MSL getting opening frags did, you know, make it difficult for Dignitas as well. Talking of difficult, you can see they're just going to be bringing Tech-9s to this party, and it is most definitely a party. 5 of them charging through middle, and Benji shuts down 1. It's going to be MSL. No one short to follow, though. It's actually Dumas trying to rotate around. He's going to be caught in the backside from Cbble. As Benji does look for his second of the round. These pistols aren't going to do too much, but talking of pistols, Pip did snatch up a rifle before going down. Benji again picking up his second as the bodies keep piling up, and it looks like this party's over as Nico is down as well. 5-3 then the score, as Property starting to hit their stride.
Fantastic job by Benji, slowing them down, coming through underpass there. Managed to hit the opener, and he got the bomb carry every time, just backed away, didn't stick around, didn't just try and go for, like, gun many kills at once, just slowly stepped away, waited for his team to back away, especially when Dumas had been taken out around the left side of him. Managed to keep his cool. Dumas and Benji this time going to go a little more aggressive. Benji with the AWP, getting a peek. It's actually going to be Dumas that's challenged, and this is another fast push from Dignitas. They're going full-on AKs all around long 8. Dumas, though, in a position, but is he going to be able to pop out and get them down? Yes, he is. Gets one. Doesn't quite get the second, but he's got the support. Zend is around now, and they are just on clean-up duty right now. Meanwhile, back over on B site, it was all covered off, and Property suddenly opening their account quite convincingly. 6-3. That is 4 rounds now back-to-back. Their accounts are starting to look good, and Dignitas, well, they've just tried 2 fast pushes. What are they going to do now with another forced Tech-9 round?
Yeah, Tech-9's going to be maybe kind of the same idea through mid, this time through B. We've seen the kind of stacked up towards drop beforehand from Dignitas, and it looks like that's exactly where they're going. That molly's going to slow them down, or is it? Here comes the frag, just the one for Zend, but Twist is ready and waiting. The bomb then loose as it does burst out of his hands, and the body's starting to pile up once again. Twist finds another, and now just Pimp and Cbble getting kind of burnt to death, actually. Cbble got crispy feet, as he's got 1 P250. And just the 1 man remaining. It's going to be Dumas then, who wraps it up, and it's going to put 7 then on the board for Property. And something we can kind of credit Property to is that they're not falling foul to these Dignitas Tech-9 buys.
Yeah, they've tried 3 fast pushes, 3 rounds running. So Dignitas, now with the rifles in hand, are going to have to switch it up here. Incredible stuff. Meanwhile, Property, they've got everything they want. Utility, rifles, the lot. Looking at the scoreboard, you can see Twist 12-0-3. Absolutely smashing it right now for Property. Meanwhile, over in Dignitas' side, you can see 9 deaths apiece for just about everyone. So Property in full control right now, and it's a good shot landed on Benji. That's going to force him to back away, and that may give some consideration to the A side. But at the moment, we can see B is the stack position. They just boosted one, actually.
Yeah, he's hoping to catch Kaboom through the smoke, and I mean, that's the same position that was mollied just a round prior, and Kaboom does still have his Molotov in hand, and we think it's probably going to be thrown out just now. There we go. So AZ's going to be able to catch out Kaboom. He reveals himself by throwing the flame in a bottle. And so, 4 versus 5. That's a nice play, though, from the T side. They're trying to find openers. You know, the previous the spanner in the works was Kaboom. And now he's down and out. Looks like they're lining up for an execute, and I think Twist is going to be the real test for the CT side. Gets caught with a flash, and this should be the end of him. He's double flashed. That's beautiful, but Zen picks up where he left off. Pip in response, though. And now, Benji and Dumas looking to seize control. Benji's already low. Let's not forget, of course, from that early connection from Nico. And Dumas, full health, but he's running out of nades.
Oh, Pimp's perfect position at window. Pops out just as the smoke clears. So Dignitas, they slowed it down. They had to, because it clearly wasn't working. The fast play, Property are very much prepared for. They went for the slow play. Kaboom, of course, showing himself. He went for that molly, and that may be just information Dignitas garnered. Like you said, he used it in the previous round, so he's like, okay, he's going to do it again. He's going to try and molly this box. Let's try and ease it out. I think it was Pimp that was shoulder peeking it last time that drew it out before. Ooh. This time, it is going to be another 4-1 split. MSL, the own man, going across. Dumas, where are you boosted into? Interesting. That's a bit of a turret position right there.
He's got a ghillie suit on, Lee. Just hiding in the tree. I don't know if Benji... I mean, he should be the one with the ghillie suit on. He is holding that up currently.
Are they going to peek it at once?
Looks like... Oh my god, that should have connected! Not sure what happened there. Must have whistled between the fingers of the T side, and now he's not going to find another one. This is big from Dignitas. They find 2 swift openers, and the remaining 3 going to try their best and kind of rely on Zend as he does do what Zend does best. That's one. Not going to find the second this time as AZ flicks onto his position. Twist.
Nice.
Puts a bullet into the brain of AZ. He's not far from him with that tag. In fact, he does connect onto Nico, brings him down to 62. We find ourselves in a 2v2 retake.
Nico's got to land this shot. Saw the gun peek out the first time. Cbble manages to get the second, and it is all put away. You've got to look back at that initial shot, Benji. It looked like it was on. It looked like it was on, but he must have just shuffled his feet at that wrong moment. It could have been such a clear defense. As it is, 7-5. Property still with the lead, but Dignitas, with the last 2 rounds, starting to get themselves a little bit of a foothold here. And now, of course, we see Property on the pistol. They're going to double stack long A, 1 in underpass, and just send 2 over to B site. And this is actually could work out well for them. They could try and hopefully get that element of surprise in Dignitas, who are pushing long A.
Yeah, quite like that boost as well for Dumas. Zend's going to kind of be the front man. He's going to get caught by the flash, try and keep him busy for a second. Now they're going to push around. Dumas, you could do beautiful things here. He's going to get caught out though, as AZ does swing around and find him, taking their corners and not making mistakes that they could potentially be caught out by. So
this is nice. Like you see Dignitas, they're literally shooting every single angle, every single corner. They know they're on a pistol, they know they're on an eco. They just want to pop out and surprise, and they're playing it nice and slow. They do lose AZ and Cbble, but I think that will be all as MSL tidies up. 7-6, getting much closer now. Dignitas on this T side. Now remember, Property chose CT. This was their choice. Of course, they could have a stronger T-side. They did against Peter in the interview say, you know, things just click on T-side for us. I don't know what it is, whether it's their aggression. Kaboom was very confident in Property's abilities on T-sides.
Something has changed here, and it is, of course, that AWP. It's going to be Twist picking up this time, looking towards mid. He wants to give it a go as himself, and Benji...
He had it earlier, remember,
he had it
early on.
Yeah, he had it earlier. He also had it on Cash.
And they've not smoked it again, look.
But Benji previously was kind of being the main man to pick it up, so... Bit of flexibility being shown from Property. No head armor across the board for them, and
this is interesting. Look, Dignitas, it's not even smoked. Yet Dignitas are not pushing out because they got caught. Last time it wasn't smoked. It was Twist that popped around, got the double. This time, as you said, Benji lined up for it. They're not falling for this. They're like, what's going on? Why is this not smoked yet? Why are we not pushing through?
Yeah, of course, you know, Cbble has been kept busy in drop room, and there's 2 players looking towards it. It's going to be Kaboom and Zend as they just want to delay this push. This happened before. Let's not forget, Dignitas, last time they pushed like sub 40 seconds, things went horribly wrong because of this kind of staggered defense that the CTs do prepare themselves for. So there's 3 players between drop and that B site, and they're going to be ready to rotate around. The nades are going to be the signal, and Benji's going to drop down. That's wise from him. Didn't want to be caught. And looks like Cbbe's going to be doing the catching. Zend and Kaboom down. Now it all falls down to Benji. That could be 2. It is. Oh my god, it wasn't far from a third as AZ does connect and shut down that dream. And so it falls to
Dumas and Twist. Yeah, it's a tricky retake, no doubt about it, with that bomb plant in there. Dumas, very hard position for him. Flashed up, MSL in the corner. He's got this one covered off. AZ on site. They have a great little trivector set up. And Dumas, yeah, going to get gunned down with ease. Twist is going to try and save that AWP. It was the first time, as you said, in a couple of rounds that he managed to pick it up. But 7-7 the score. Equal at halftime. More importantly, Dignitas now 4 rounds running on the T side. It's a worry for Property because they were starting to look good at 7-3. They were starting to look confident. But they've let it slip out of their hands, and they've got to be careful because Dignitas, if they can get rolling on CT, which is their better side more often than not, it could be a serious problem. Pistol is going to be massive after this round.
Yeah, for sure. And we know how Dignitas fare in the pistol rounds, or usually fare. That is, of course, when Zender doesn't go crazy. So, last round for us. And, I mean, that is a kind of shaky buy. I'm really glad Twist has that up. Otherwise, this would have been a whole lot different for
Interesting choice from Kaboom and Zend. They went with the 5.7s, and they had all the utility rather than going for a rifle and just hoping they didn't have anything. So they really want to try and slow this down, try and set themselves up. You can see they're making use of it in drop.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean, against Dignitas, most of their success has come from slowing them down or mowing them down, and both become easier when you have the utility at your disposal. Molotov, so crucial on the CT side of Cbble and T, to be fair. Easy, though, does find Kaboom, and these guys have been having a little bit of a kind of private one-on-one battle alongside MSL, where they just want to try and gain control of platform. This time, it goes the way of Dignitas.
This is
their execute. This is what's been catching them off, because there's like 2-3 flashes where we basically see the majority of the CT side get wiped. That's a double molly. They know platform safe, nice. But what? Zender, 1 bullet, 1 kill. He's going to be looking for a second. Not going to happen, though, as MSL does show up, and now Twist is doing the same with the AWP. He's only got 1. He's only got 17 points of health, and Pip is going to be making the most of that, and I'm going to keep calling him Pip until he adds that M to his damn you, Pimp. As hello, Benji. Double with a FAMAS, and now all onto Nico.
Nico. Can he do it? Questions were asked. He did great earlier on with the M4, but this time with an AWP in hand, he's going to be up close and personal. He finds the no-scope head. Not with the Tech 9, though. And it will be Property that will collect themselves the round in real much a mishmash of buys. Double pistol for Kaboom and Zend, and yet they still come out on top. Dignitas going to be kicking themselves. They felt they probably should have came out the half with the lead, but that shot at the end there was cheeky stuff.
Cheeky, that was insane. Such quick reactions from Nico. That was, I think there was like 2 or 3 frames of a CT's body before he got the kill. Insanity from a real star when he has that AWP and he's on form. Still, ending 8-7. Let's have a quick look at the frags, a little rundown for you there. We have Kierby at the top for Dignitas with the 15. On the other side of things, Twist with 14. All kind of pretty damn kind of level. 4 of the 5 members of Property in double figures as well. So solid stuff across the board. And I mean, an 8-7 half doesn't tell us too much. This could go all the way. And I mean, say all the way. We saw a 16-14 for Flipside Killerfish. This would be our second full 30-round game. And we'll see if it does get that way. It's going to come down to Dignitas' success in the pistol.
Not had an overtime yet. As you mentioned, that success in the pistol. Property won the CT side pistol. Let's see if Dignitas can do themselves the same and try and get things running. Looking like a 3-2 split looking across the map. It's going to be Dumas and Twist slowly approaching B. Nobody in there just yet. You see Twist getting that little peek around the side. Meanwhile, Kaboom and Zen sitting at long. They're not really making any movement. Nico's got this covered off. If Benji were to come around the corner into double doors, Nico staring right at him. And that would be the bomb carrier. And this is looking like the situation. Looks like they want to go for that A hit. It's going to be a distraction at B.
Yeah, and actually there's a whole lot of weight on Nico's shoulders here. I hope he doesn't go too aggressive. Nico, that was foolish. We didn't quite catch that, but Benji picks up the frag through mid doors, and that's going to be the catalyst. They need to get rotating fast. And nice. Actually, Pimp and MSL have got themselves over there. Twist is ready to catch them on the rotate, and he does. That's nice onto MSL. Great positioning from him in the meantime, though. Pimp is trying to do something, and he does a whole lot. Big chunk of damage taken out towards Benji, as he does get one immediately neutralized, though. And we're going back and forth.
Kierby's going to try and peek around the side. If he lands his head, it could be big. So, bomb plant down. AZ's going around the side. If he can catch Dumas out, he's not going to. Oh, it's another double for Kierby. 2-on-1. Tricky position. They have his position covered off here, and nobody's peeking for it. It's exactly how they should play it. Zen off the side was so huge in his pistol last time around, and he will be once again. Kierby, little unfortunate, but it's all about Twist. You said it at the time. He popped out a window. Great little position. Caught them on the rotate. Caught, I think it was Kaboom from behind. Not Kaboom, that would be his teammate. He wouldn't want to do that. It was Nico, sorry, from behind indoors. And he made it easy. So Property pick up both pistols, which normally would set you up for an easy win. But at the moment, it's 9-7, so it's still very close.
So very close. And there's a whole lot more SMGs. Stark contrast to what we saw in the first T round for Dignitas, as that's going to be 2 AKs, 2 MP7s, and a UMP.
Couple of Deagles again.
Yeah, they are opting for the Deagle. Something that kind of some teams love, some teams hate. The Marmite, perhaps, of the pistols. And now Benji is going to try and use that Molotov to give him some sort of rockstar points as he does emerge through the flames and isn't quite going to be able to find anything just yet. Twist, damn my kill feed reading. This is going to be another one for Zend and MSL. I mean, he's got nothing. He has a Deagle and he has 5 players standing against him. Bomb's going to be not too long before it's planted. There we go. Kaboom does put it down, and
possibly a sign of things to come for Dignitas with the rotate that MSL made. He came out of long A and tried to, was on the information fact find. Obviously, a lot slower in this round. Yes, they only had pistols, so obviously it's an easy round for Property to pick up, but possibly signs of things to come as he manages to get a quick quick deagle. Yeah, he wanted to try and click that rifle, but don't think they're going to allow him. Can he get him any more 1Ds around the corner? I think they're not going to allow him. Almost undo mass, but 10-7 will get converted. And so, that is... It's the 3 rounds. That's what you expect from Property, but here we go. Rifles from Dignitas. Can they afford it?
So this happened before. Let's not forget that the first round, we did see two and then a loss.
Yeah.
This is going to be the third. This is going to be the test. Can they fall foul to it again? This time they're not going to be forcing up. Dignitas not really look interested in that one after those deagles.
They've not really got any kills, so they've not really been able to stop anything.
Well, yeah, and they're
5-man stack in B-side.
Looks like that's going to be an interesting one for the CT side, because the chances are they're going to be mowed down. 3 AKs this time for this push, and no armor to be seen. Just the 4 P250s as the same molly does get thrown out. Twist could pick up an easy double here with the ump. Ready to drop down. There's going to be a whole lot there, and this is actually quite interesting for Dignitas. They're just trying to delay it, and it's also the D side not wanting to get caught out.
They're moving it. They've read the situation. I think they've realised, wait, there's a lot of people here, and the bomb is making its way over towards A site. Now, question is, will Dignitas read it? Pimp's going to be the only man that's making his way towards A. If he catches a glimpse of Benji or Dumas as they come through underpass, now they're going to go towards long A, so it's going to be an easy rotate. MSL's coming around. Everybody is slowly backing away. Dignitas will have no. Look at that. Twist made a great little feint.
Smart.
A lot of noise, and it's immediately drawn 4 people back to B side.
Yeah, and that kill is going to secure it. They are going to start rotating. It's all onto Pimp then, who's going to be screaming as he hears footsteps and smokes. And it's going to be such a well-sold fake. Twist has got a big smirk on his face as he now has the potential to come behind Pimp. I think he's going to get away with it. It is! That's a headshot. That's going to be his 3rd. And one man has... I mean, he's got an acting career ahead of him. Twist sells the fake beautifully. And now his team happily stacked up on the site with just Nico and Cbble remaining.
You'll get it at the end of the game.
KGB? I keep wanting to call him the KGB, which is not smart.
Well, I mean, it's the way he's named himself. Maybe Pimp wants to be known as Pip.
I think he does. I think he's, he's made the decision. There was all that weight loss. He's like, I'm not a pimp anymore. I'm a pip.
And you know what else? He hasn't come with the jewelers for a while either.
That's true. Well, did you see the really insightful video where they interviewed him? They're like, find out now why Pimp uses the jewelies. And he was like, I just like them. That was literally the extent of the video. Anyway, 11-7 is the score, and Property are probably going to be lining their palms with rifles. I'm surely not going to be sticking with that Twist. I still see an UMP in his hand, and I'm concerned. No, phew, the drop does come in.
All right, this is the round. This is the big one.
He dropped it to Benji. They are going for the UMP against a fully bought up Dignitas.
That's ballsy. That is ballsy. Where's he going to take it? He's going to be... Well, I mean, it's obviously just dropping straight in. This is a 5-man fast push from Property. They are piling through. Are they going to get straight out of window? They're going to be straight into drop. No, they haven't gone down drop. Okay, the speed that Twist and Benji were going, I was explaining, was just pile straight around the corner there. Now, Cbble has got himself tucked in this box. You can see Zend with the X-ray dead ahead of him. Now, no smoke's down. There it is. I'm finally going to re-smoke it. While this is all happening, MSL, I'm going to keep my eye on him. He's the man that's at long 8. Remember, last time they had pistols, he was the one that managed to start creeping around the back of them. If he does it now, it would be the perfect time for them. But of course, it's easy for us to see that with the mini-map up, as it is.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing.
It's fantastic. It gives us such a big insight into the game. But it looks like they're going to rotate towards A.
Yeah, and actually, did you see the little trade out there where Twist was like, all right, I took 30 damage, give me back the SMG, I'll take it. And so he's going to be looking to do a little bit more of his acting over towards drop. He's exactly the same position again. He's managed to keep 3 CTs there. Even Nico kind of edging backwards from A. I think he's considering Twist. The main man actor, he's shipped off to Hollywood straight after this qualifier. As it looks like finally they realise it. Dignitas on the rotate. It's going to be MSL who makes the call, and AZ finding frags he shouldn't. Takes down Twist. Nico has got there in perfect timing, and again with the frags. Picking up these close quarters pickups with the AWP, and look at Nico go. That's another one onto Zend. All now onto Benji. He's not long for this world as well as AZ finds it. And Dignitas not going to fall for the same trick twice.
They've recovered the AWP as well, which is the big part. Dignitas with a solid round in the end, considering, as you said, Twist had sold a great fake. There were 4 members stacked on B, albeit Pimp just around window area, so he was able to get back through quickly enough. And Property were a little slow on their rotates, and they were trying to creep it, go as quiet as possible. Now, once again, Nico at drop, underpass, MSL over at long. Pip just peeking around the window, and Cbble and AZ keep them at bay over on B side. A lot of spam actually through the smoke. This is something I remember talking to Luminosity about, their little slide tactic of getting that crossfire through the smoke at B. I just saw AZ and Cbble were trying to do that. Didn't manage to net any damage other than just a slight little graze on Kaboom's shin. That's about all.
Yeah, he's pretty, I mean, it's pretty difficult for them to find an opening. You can see how Kaboom went on CT, was holding platform. This time he's trying to push it and isn't going to be finding a very aggressive angle from MSL, pushed right up and long, and that's what Dignitas kind of work well with on CT side. They can play these very offensive defense.
Cbble just got full vision straight through B there, so I think they've realised this. You can see Nico's half-heartedly, Pimp's almost about to rotate as well. I think they're expecting something to come towards A. They need to get in position quick though, because MSL's all alone.
Yeah, and they seem a little hesitant to rotate. There's still 3 players from Dignitas on B. I think MSL might be making the call. He does. Nico's on the way, as is Pimp. It's going to come down to timing now, and I think the Flash has just secured it. That's beautiful. 3 of the 5 completely white. As the mollies do get thrown out, they want to find an opener, but MSL is the one to keep this site safe. Again from Nico. He's got that cross secured, and Kaboom's the only one really to chime in for the T side.
Gets himself a second, and that nade's going to be right on the backside. It catches the legs of them. Nico gets himself a third. Can he get a fourth with Kaboom? Just peeking around the corner, risky stuff. Finds himself one head, doesn't get a second. Can he get the third? No, he will not. And that was a nice defensive setup. You know what? We put a lot of questions on Nico at the start of this, and they are being answered. He is delivering, he is landing the shots, and doing a great job for his team. That's a worrisome prospect for Property, who find themselves now at 11-9.
Yeah, so that's 2 in a row then for Dignitas. 2 times that we've seen the same approach from Property. They go slow, they start hinting towards B, a couple of early Molotovs attempt at peeking. If nothing's fed to them, the rotate comes in, and that's when Dignitas have started to catch on. They are much better now at getting that rotate on and not going to be falling for Twist's wicked games. As this time, Nico looking towards mid. Nothing's going to be given to him just yet. He backs away very, very quickly. It was just a little gather of intel. He's not looking for frags just yet. As this is interesting from the T side. MSL's gone aggressive, and this is the most aggressive we've seen him. He might be able to find, and he does. Oh, Zen flicks and finds the head of MSL. Very solid stuff from him, as now the 4 CTs are starting to make decisions, and they're still not sure. The bomb is loose, and the T side, this is smart, because they've been committing so wholeheartedly into A. They're trying something different, they're splitting, and they're keeping Dignitas guessing.
But this is easy for AZ to rotate if he needs to. Benji's this time going to be the man that distracts Twist. After his solid acting career in and around Drop, he's going to be over on A side, so maybe they've realised he's going to be a better at the entry. But Pimp and Nico. Nico at the van, ready to pounce. He's got his sights completely trained on Twist as soon as he comes around that corner. Pimp has rotated. They really do fall for this B defense every time, and again, they're forced to go for the heavy rotate.
Yeah, and it's been working 2 times for Dignitas, to be fair. They commit towards B, and they just seem to have enough nades, enough utility to kind of force that retake. They have the nades again. It's like 4 flashes between them, a molly and a nade. The molly does get thrown out. Nico trying to clear something. Oh, he's going to be in trouble. It's going to be Kaboom who finds him, and now there's still 5 Property members standing, and they're in towards the site. This one may very well be going their way.
Yeah, Benji once again on the rotate, popped out the window, collecting himself an easy kill on Cbble, and the triple for Zen pushing into sight. Makes it 12-9 for Property. The Swedes looking strong here to move through to the winner bracket finals. They're in a great position already. Now on Cobblestone, after a very simple one-sided match against Peter, could they knock out Dignitas? Could they take them down to that lower bracket? Cause a bit of an upset, I think it's safe to say. If you were to probably look at rankings between the two, while they would be close, Dignitas, you would have them in the edge on this one, and Benji's already opened things up on Cbble.
Yeah, nicely done, and they are going to be slowing them down once again, but the flashes. Benji again and again with these openers as he charges on in. He's going to be finding Pimp. Looks like another one's going to be not long for this world. It's Nico now down and out, and these pistols are continuing to do something when in the hands of AZ. That's a double with a deagle, which is lovely to say. Let's see if AZ can find another one. He has got an M4 in his hand, and he does. That's 3 already. Finally going to be going down thanks to Kaboom, who finds his first of this round. And so MSL retrieving the M4, and the bomb isn't down. He doesn't have to panic. He doesn't have to rush. It looks like Kaboom's going to force his hand, finds his head, and that's another for Property. Hard earned and hard work though for them, losing 3 in that round, and it's rifle time once again for Dignitas.
What are they going to do? Property are very close to taking this game. Dignitas need to get a foothold, get something going. I can tell you Killerfish versus Kinguin has got underway. It is 2-0 so far to Killerfish. So they started off well. This is a very good start for Killerfish. They started off great against Flipside as well. They went 7-1 up against Flipside. It was bonkers. I don't know how that worked out. We'll see how it does against Kinguin. That's going on just across the studio from us, actually. I can hear Killerfish shouting, nice, every time they get around. Seems to become the universal CT shout. Nico taken down quick and early by Twist. And that's caused a problem over it. Hey, now MSL lurking in the smoke, but Twist is causing them so many problems. So they've gone for a reversal. Twist was previously causing problems at B. Now he's at A, and that's a big push for Property into B.
Yeah, and it looks like Kirby is going to be guided by AZ, and they're just picking up one apiece. AZ with a double, as Kirby just watching from the sidelines at this point, and Kaboom with it all to do. Yes, they're low, but has 4 CTs in 50 seconds. It's a pretty tough shopping list.
That was a great hole, but they are all at 40% health, but it's still really tough for Kaboom. Oh, he just got a glimpse. Just got a glimpse of Kirby. He's got to be careful he doesn't get focused on this one, but that was a great flash. Yeah,
easy peasy lemon squeezy, and Dignitas picking up the very much needed is the word I'm trying to say. Must needed doesn't make much sense, but a much needed round for them, as that's going to put them in double figures, and that's just off the back of those 2 in a row for Property. So how's the economy shaping up for them? I think we're going to be seeing Twist with a Tech 9. He's no stranger to being a little lowerly bought up. He has the nades. You know, he's used to having a UMP. A Tech 9 might be a treat.
We talk about kills and frags and putting pressure on people. It's Pimp that's actually bottom of the board right now with just 8 kills. Well, we see 20 on AZ at the top there, and a number of members of Property. Everybody hitting good double figures. AZ with a good opener on Kaboom as he tried to check around B platform, and that's put the brakes on Property as they slow it down. Still keeping this triple stack. Dignitas on B. They're very active on B. They don't hold positions. They're very mobile. They're constantly moving.
That can bite you in the backside sometimes because of timing. You know, you cannot always predict when the T is going to show themselves, and if you're moving, if you're, caught off, things can go south fast. Looks like Kirby has got himself in a prime position, quite reminiscent of what Kaboom was bringing forward in that first half. Flash to support him, and oh, that's beautiful team play from Dignitas. Pop Flash catches 2, and Dumas does get eliminated. Looking for the second now, potentially. There's another flash, rinse and repeat, and they do pick it up. Dignitas, real solid team play from them, and MSL showing the other side of Dignitas as Kirby picks up another. So, team play and solid individuals is what keeps this team together, and we just saw examples of both in this round.
Crystal clear round from Dignitas, and like you mentioned, that was brilliant little teamwork there, setting up Kirby on that platform. Mentioned it earlier, it's such an easy position to poke out of and get taken down, but if your teammates are pop flashing you in constantly, puts you in great stead. 13-11, this time we're back to default tactic for Property. Twist, oh actually no, he's going to be joining them. It is a pistol rush, remember. They're going to be piling through underpass up to long, so MSL is going to be the man they're going to find. They're all coming his way, and he realizes it. Smoke goes down, grenade's going to be beautiful. It will catch heavily onto one, and now they just need to mow them down. MSL will get caught out. Nico at the back calls in his team. It should be clean-up duty.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on there. Looks like just Kaboom, who has retrieved the M4 of MSL, does get taken down as well, and well dealt with there from Dignitas, just losing the one man and destroying some lovely plants in celebration. So this is coming right down to the wire. 13 for Property, 12 for Dignitas. And we just keep going, finding ourselves back and forth. It's literally a carbon copy. First 3 do go Property's way, then 2 for Dignitas, then 2 for Property, and now we've had our 3 for Dignitas. Just back and forth we go. And now, where is this round taking us? It looks like they're doing that bomb loose strat. So this is what happened before. They did eventually end up on A site with this one, but they have flexibility here.
Nico in a different spot. He hasn't played long A for quite a while, and that might catch them off guard here, but they do check it. They do find a little poke on him. You can see Kaboom try and quickly rush around, but actually it was Nico that managed to land the tag, through the smoke. Kaboom taking some damage, and that's forced them back. They've immediately stepped away from this one. Twist is the sole man, trying to keep that fake going. Stack out from Dignitas. I didn't see whether they just boosted there. I think it might be AZ just got boosted. But as it is, 13-12. No entries just yet. Dignitas playing this very cautiously because they're lacking in the information at the moment. They've other than long A, that's the only peak they've had.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what happens when Benji doesn't get an opener. You know, he's been real kind of influential role on his T side.
Oh, Nico's going to peek.
Looks like Nico could have just given Twist that frag, and that would have been the real start of something special on this T side. And
who's going to get flashed in first? I think it is
gonna probably be Twist who gets caught out here. He must check his corners. I think he is gonna do so, but Nico does fall very solid from Twist. Didn't go down too low either on his health, and that's going to be a big part of this formatted push. Benji's still lingering on B though. That has to be remembered as MSL gets himself into a safe corner. There's a solid crossfire for these CT sides. What a connection from MSL. Finds the head of Zend. Kaboom and Benji as well eliminated. And it's going to be Dumas who goes down. And Dignitas. Something sometimes happens and the T side have no breathing room.
While Pimp is maybe at the bottom of the scoreboard, it's him that's throwing the perfect flash every time they do that A push. They rotate. He caught 4 of them again there, Property. As soon as they came up, through underpass, through long, all 4 of them flashed up. Nobody could push in. It bought all the time Dignitas needed. It's amazing.
Maybe that's why they're so comfortable lingering at B for as long as they do, because they know they have these flashes available to them.
Something is working well for Dignitas. Now all square, but this is fast. Kaboom's going to be out on platform over on B side before they can react. Finally, the smoke goes down, but he's just lurking in it. It's Cbble and Nico. Nico, this time, taking it over to B side. They're set up perfectly for this Tech 9 rush. I don't think it's going to work out for Property.
Probably not, but then again, they have managed to get some control of drop, but they fluff their lines, and AZ finds a double as Pip is there as well. All on to Dumas there to try and make a dent. Doesn't, as that's going to be another easy one on the board for Dignitas. It's going to be true test time soon. We've got one of the most important rounds coming up for Property, as that is now, I think that's 5 in a row it is for Dignitas, starting to really settle into the CT side, and just 2 away from 16. This is the winner bracket game though, guys. We're into our second round, and these 2 teams battling to stay in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, the final awaits them, which at the moment is looking good for Dignitas. Kinguin versus Killerfish is happening. Meanwhile, that is going on off stream, and very close game actually. And of course, the winner of that game will face this. AZ this time is the man that's going to go onto platform. Yeah, Kiebe's like, no, that's my position. Get out of it. I'm going to hop in and around there. MSL setting up. Nico and MSL over on A side. Been doing a great job at keeping up bay, and it's going to be long A again that Kaboom and Zend try to creep towards with Twist in underpass. They've really struggled actually to get a hold of A. While, wow, I say that, Twist manages to find the entry on MSL.
All because his cover was flashed, and there was just a little lapse of communication there where Nico didn't quite let him know that he wasn't watching that one angle that one time. And it does provide Twist with an opener, a very necessary opener, as Nico does just miss a shot on towards the skull of Twist. Benji could get caught out here by AZ holding that close angle. He's going to be able to shoot the soles of his feet and does find him.
Bomb is going to be, it's Zen that's going to be pulling it, and Kiebe's going to get taken down. That's the big part. AZ with a pop flash, catches him beautifully on platform there. Doesn't manage to land the frag because the smoke went down. Twist is going to creep behind them though. He's just dropped down. I think they must have heard him. They must have heard him there, Pimp. And instead, AZ playing the jumping game, but Pimp manages to get one, but gets taken down by Twist, who was playing out of his mind in this game. Now Nico in a one-on-one. What is he going to do? Twist has to get the plant in. He will. But now they know where he is. They know he's stuck. Is he going to catch it? As he switches, he misses the first shot, and that may be the only chance he gets here because he's got to put himself in the opening. Twist with a little peek around the statue. He's going to slow things down. He's just going to dance around it instead. Doesn't manage to land the Tech 9, and Twist goes huge with a 4K to pull his team back into it. 14-14 all square.
That was so damn important, and Twist delivers 4 frags. Jesus, he just springs to life, and he's so effective with rifles, with AWPs, whatever you put in his hands, sitting at the top of the scoreboard as well. 25 frags so far in this game, and that was so crucial. So all square, 2 rounds for either side will secure victory. And you said before, D-Man, we haven't seen an overtime. This very well could go there. No AWPs on the field for this round, and Nico, oh, excuse me, I must have missed that one. Oh, it was a well-hidden AWP, excuse me, but Nico does find Twist with it as he just casts his eyes towards long.
Is MSL going to sneak through underpass? They're coming his way, actually. He's in a good position to try and catch them. Nico covering off the angle as well. He's got to be so careful. If Zen manages to come out on top, that's going to leave A very exposed. The bomb still dropped just out the backside towards T on underpass. Nico just getting the smoke down. That's going to cover off his side, presuming Kaboom doesn't push on through, and Nico will find his second, and now they're pushing on. MSL still in that corner, remember. We see Zen, he's going to give him the information. Zen pops around the corner, finds himself one, and a second. MSL opening things up beautifully, and Kaboom all alone. This will be match point for Dignitas. And that was taken with ease. Great work by Nico.
There is such synergy on the Dignitas side. That again from Nico and MSL. Good calling, good support from Nico. Got the opener, but also providing the flash for MSL. Wasn't necessarily, crucial for that one, but MSL picked it up regardless. And it all comes down to this then. And the buy is shoddy. It's just going to be pistols then and full armor with what? 2 flashes and a smoke. Property, that round really needed to go their way.
Twist with the AWP on T as well. I don't think we've seen this yet. He's been the man that's been leading them in the rifle. I would have felt comfortable if he'd have passed it off to Benji and maybe gone with something more appropriate for him. The way he's been playing, he's really been trying to carry his team, but this is a real tricky situation for Property now. After they've dragged it all this way, Dignitas look like they might just have it in the bag. It's going to have to be a great breakthrough here, and they've got, a flash and a smoke to play with. Yeah,
that was a truly, truly impressive round just beforehand. Dignitas needed everything. And MSL and Nico picking up 2 apiece in that one. So, can't rule Property out, but they haven't been too effective. Neither side has been, to be fair, with Tech-9s and pistols here on Cbble. And just 50 seconds do remain for the T side. Benji's going to fall into drop, and that's going to be 1 man down. He has to sit from the sidelines and watch now as 4 remaining teammates ready themselves. It's going to be that flash play from Dignitas that we love. Pop flash, Kierby's going to pop up and he's going to find one. Rinse and repeat, my friends. It's a double as Zen falls as well. This is too damn good, and Dignitas proving why they deserve the win. Dumas, 9 HP and a dream. 4 players to find. He's gone, and that's going to be 16-14. Dignitas, they were worked hard, but they do secure the win.
Fantastic stuff from them. It was a close match, as we expected it might be between the 2 Scandinavians, but it's the Danes that come out on top. And Nico playing well in that matchup. The calls coming through from his teammates, certainly setting up well. We questioned quite a few times how they were just leaving 1, maybe 2 when it was a 4-man rotate, but clearly it's a devastating result. When you lose 16-14, it's not easy on them, but Property is still looking good. They're going to fall down into the lower bracket. Now, obviously, we'll find out who they're going to play as the matches progress. Meanwhile, Killerfish and Kinguin continue to play, but good sportsmanship as always between these 2 teams. We are in the MMC. It is in a new location that we've obviously had the Pro League in last month. As it is, they have plenty of space, and it's been a lot of teams sorting themselves out. Nice big prep room, so Property, of course, can move across to the side, get themselves warmed back up. And it was 16-14. Dignitas now win a bracket final for them. Just 1 match away from qualifying. They didn't make it last time at the Katowice offline qualifiers. Can they go one better? They managed to reach the finals last time. It's still a big ask for them because, well, it's either Kinguin or Killerfish they're going to face. And at the moment, Killerfish are doing a great job. It's Kinguin that will lead in 7-4.
Yeah, and it's so cool, the idea that Killerfish have made an impact already. The fact that they beat Flipside alone is exciting, and I wish I'm probably going to go back and try and watch that as soon as possible to see what was that Flipside messing up? Was that, Killerfish have spent those 2 weeks off the end of the Meisterschaft really just putting in the effort and putting in the hours. So, yeah, that remains to be seen. And I mean, Kinguin versus Killerfish, the winner of which will play Dignitas. So, I mean, we could have a Kinguin-Dignitas game coming up soon.
We could.
That would be
That will be a biggie, that's for sure. Let's get a couple of words with one of the winners. It is going to be Pimp standing by with Pansy.
Thank you so much, guys, for casting that game. And that was obscenely close, 16-14. Now, you guys came into this probably one of the more favored teams in your group. How come that got so close?
I think it was down to the map pick. We in the V2 process against Property, we were not really good because they're really good on cash, which is one of our strong maps too. But the fact that they're really good on cash made us remove cash. And then it was up between Inferno, Cobblestone, and can't remember the last one. But it ended on Cobblestone, and it's not a map that we feel confident on. And you saw that in that game. Like we had some horrible misplays, we had some miscommunications where we're just not feeling well on Cobble. And they played great. So it was a close game, and it could have easily have gone both ways. Luckily we won it, and we're through now. So that's great for us.
Yeah, and you're saying there's a little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of bits and pieces that went a little bit wrong. Now, would you say that's only on that map you'd feel that issue would arise, or is there any other maps you'd really want to avoid going forward personally, or is it just mainly Cbble that you don't quite have that synergy yet on?
Yeah, it's mainly Cbble, basically because we haven't played it lately. I think it's the first official, or actually the first LAN match ever with this team. I'm not sure, but for a while at least. And it's really hard against the Swedish team in a best of one. It's always hard playing those Swedish guys, and on Cbble we don't feel confident. You saw that in that game, and again, luckily we won it. It could easily have gone both ways, so we're really satisfied and happy about this win.
Yeah, and I was watching the game through, of course, and you guys are renowned for your pistol play. You're one of the highest rated pistol players individually in the entirety of CSGO currently, but you lost both pistol rounds. Now, was that the miscommunication again, or just individual errors?
That was exactly down to the miscommunication. I think both rounds we actually had the advantage going in. Like we got the openings, we got the plant as terrorists, and we had the positions we wanted. But then again, miscommunications kind of screwed us over, and they made some big plays with the pistols. We usually win our gun runs. We have Icy and myself are pretty good with pistols, so we usually win the most of them. We lost both pistols and still ended up winning the game. That's huge for us on Cbble. So again, really satisfied.
Well, it's a pretty decent win already. Property, a pretty decent team coming into this. Now, if you look at the group to start off with, obviously Kinguin in there, a couple of other really good teams, big names, but you guys have been beating international high-tier teams. You've been breaking into that top tier. How do you feel in this overall qualifier? Do you feel you are one of the favorites?
Yeah, I mean, we are the favorites in this group. Like, we should go out as the first team. That's how it is. And when you have that one responsibility, we just have to do it. I know Kinguin is there, I know Penta, Flipside, even though it's without Symbol, but still they're here and they're good teams. But as you said, I think we have been the best team that are at this event lately, and we still are improving. So we should go out as the first team, and we're going to aim for that in the next match.
Well, yeah, of course. Winner bracket final coming up pretty much. You guys are one game away from making it through to the major. That's massive for you guys, of course, after last season not quite getting there. But now, of course, there's a big opponent probably standing in your way, one or the other. Who would you rather face right now?
I don't care, to be honest. Yeah, I don't care. It's Kinguin or Killerfish, yes. I don't care. Like, okay, Killerfish would be great, but if Killerfish win against Kinguin, then they're probably the better team. We played Kinguin at DreamHack Summer a month ago, and we were leading 15-7, I think, in a match there. We're not afraid of Kinguin. We know how to play them, I think. So Killerfish or Kinguin, it doesn't matter. We have to win anyway.
So just to ask a couple of questions, obviously, if you've prepared for Kinguin, is there specific maps you want to remove away from them? I know a lot of analysis at DreamHack was saying they've quite a small, confident map pool. Do you feel the same? Like you get rid of your Dust 2s, your Caches?
Yeah, like they have a small map pool due to the fact that they haven't been a team for a while. They also just lost their caller or sixth manager or whatever he was. Got in Dennis recently also. So it's impossible for them to like own 6 maps right now. So they only have 3 or 4 maps they're good on. And unfortunately for us, it's some of the same maps as we're good on. But then again, it just comes down to who is the better team. And I feel confident that we are the better team.
Well, I can't wait to see that game coming up. I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be a cracker, whoever it's going to be up against. So thank you once again for joining me. I'm sure we'll see more of you later. And guys, we're going to go to a very short commercial. And when we're back, we'll be seeing who's going to be going forward.